All right, yeah. Headset mic. Am I talking too loud? Guys, I'm officially live. I am officially live. I'm about to drop the YouTube link. Yeah. Please don't. I ain't trying to get banned off of YouTube. Oh, he graduated? Oh, Sebastian? Wait a minute. I thought you weren't cool with Sebastian. Can you say something real quick? Oh, they can't hear you. All right, never mind. I think it's fine. They only can hear me. Nah, yo, my mic really picking up me chewing gum. Okay, cool. Nah, this gonna be lit. Yeah, I'm live. The stream is up. Tune into the live stream. Greatly appreciate it. Alice, why you out here? She talking a different lingo after she saw you eat the food. That's wild. Man said, sacrifice your happiness with your girl to spend with us. No, no, no. I agree with Darian 1,010%. When it hits the weekend or like Fridays, bro, y'all got second lives or something. Is you know what I'm saying? Now y'all got lives. Yo, Darian, tune into the live stream, bro. Tune into the live stream in general. I'm live right now. Yeah, just need an account and then find the car that you want. Nah, Darren, I'm in the house live streaming. I posted it in general. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a stream. All right, now that you're there, can you type in chat? It's $91 a day. Yo, I don't know how to tell if somebody's in the chat. That's crazy. Niggas, I don't know what you said in the chat. Oh, yeah. All I saw was the fact that you in the chat. You my number one viewer. Where? Yeah, bro, it's a different time. Yeah, bro. My room's a mess. What are you talking about? You don't see the right hand side? Gotta hide that shit. I'm about to stand up for real. Oh, oh that's what you meant. Yeah. I need that lo-fi. Nah, 40 seconds. It's a time technique. I used to. He's nice with it. Yeah. I'll solve a face for you. Hey, bro. Here, bro. This is the best you getting. I, bezel? You bezel us? Nah, bro. What are you talking about? These monitors cost 300 a pop. Yeah, bro. My other webcam. I got a 4K webcam on the bed. Bro, this is 4K. You gonna tell me it's not 4K? You know what 4K look like, Alex? It might not be streaming in 4K, but it's 4K. Yeah, bro. Google. Hold on. Let me see. Google Logitech Brio. You can't zoom in though. No, you can't. No, you can't. Swear to God. Nah, y'all killing me. Y'all killing me. What pills? I read all of them. Half. All right. How many I got? Top Shelf, The Champion Mind. Yeah, I did that one. The Tipping Point by Malcolm Gladwell. I found that on the street. That book is backwards. I think that's a Japanese book about ChatGPT. The Five Moves by Patrick Bet Davis. I'll fought with him. I got the chapter three. Thinking and Grow Rich. I listened to that 1,000 times. I read a few pages. The Odyssey by Homer. Nah, I never touched that shit. Oh, you can't even see it. Um, what is that then? The Rich Man, Poor, wait, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I listened to that a few times. Got the chapter one in the book. A whole bunch of Japanese manga. Four of them are still in the plastic. The Zone. I was reading that. Also found that in the street. What is that Japanese book? What the fuck is that? Hey, bro, how many? Oh no, is this a light novel? Uh, this is Kakoi Kuchonawa no Ko Desku Arimu. Yeah. So this is like how to be on time and like time management book. I'm mad now. Alex, why you gonna be touching shit I never touched before? I don't know if you'll see it in the stream, but it fell down. Let you out is crazy. Nah, Darian speaking facts. Can Darian come outside? Hey man, make sure you keep that blicky on you, alright? Mm. No, it's all propaganda. Oh, like the mob and the mafia also. They're not organized. They're gangster crime. Mm. Mm. Man, facts. Mm-mm-mm-mm. You ever had it? You ever had deep dish pizza? Is it? I heard they're like pies, but pizza pies, like actual, like pie pies. I want to try one. It ain't it for them to be talking about it. Yeah, you had Japanese pizza. Is the bar pot bar where all the bars at? Golden guy. Is that what it's called? Oh, yo, I never tried that shit. I just stuck with my egg katsu with the egg sandwich with the chicken, the fried chicken. Oh my god, I missed that. I wish I made more TikTok videos instead of Instagram videos. Cause I was I was just scrolling through my TikTok the other day, and I was just like, man, I got so many videos from the past. I used to really talk to the camera. What you mean they delete GTA again? Burn out GTA. Uh, yeah. Yo, welcome to the chat, man. Guapo. Did I not just unmute? Oh yeah. No, I could have sworn we just. Hey man, you know what I'm saying? Come. Welcome to the live stream. I appreciate you chatting. It means a lot to me. Yo, Mackie, I'm not talking to you, bro. I'm talking to the chat. Unless that's you in the chat. Click on the live stream and go see. All right, sound good then. From who? Just now? It might have been. Yeah. You got bad internet. It's not me. It's a you thing. I mean, the delay not crazy. Right now, I see in front of me it is. I got 82 minutes on the clock, and then on the stream it's like 82:19. It's like a 20-second delay. Shit. To Houston? We got a place to stay? Shit. What day? What day? What day? What day? What day? Oh, you know what? I'll be honest with you. I got work too. I looked at it. All right, I see what happened. What happened was, I saw it was Sebastian, and I looked at it, and then I ain't do any more research. Oh shit! No, I just read graduation party Sebastian. I ain't look any further. Saturday 13th of December, 7 to 11. Ooh, Magnolia Ave. Okay, okay, okay. Where's that at though? When's the 13th? You bought your ticket? When you buying your ticket? That shit like next week. All right, Spirit. Spirit. So you flying on Saturday? Are you flying on Friday? When you go get there? It's about $52 from Saturday to Friday. We running around town on that Friday? No, like Friday. If I fly down on Friday, it's 187. If I fly down on Saturday, it's 135. All right. You think Houston got motion for real? It's a guarantee. I should hop to Houston. But non-stop 110 on Spirit. Leaving from New York City to Houston. Wanna leave on oh, this is way cheaper. 130. And what, we fly back at Sunday night? How much we talking? Round trip? Done. I I need a late flight on Friday. Should I? You say you requesting off that Friday, Alex? Nah, if you request off Friday, I'll request Friday, and then we'll get there at like 9 a.m. and we can like chill that whole Friday, just like travel the city to really like look and explore the city, and then from there, yeah, and then that Saturday hang out with the people, and then Sunday leave. I'm down for it. It's like 189. That's not bad, and it's Delta. Yeah, I like sitting in the Delta Sky Lounge and getting free breakfast. It hit different. It hit different, and then I get to mingle with the people. You never know who you're gonna meet at the Sky Lounge. Oh, but it's at 6 a.m. That's a red eye. Early, early flight. Yeah, you right. You right. How much is your morning flight? Oh yeah, you live like right there. Mine's a four. Mine's four, and I'll be time traveling. Uh, yeah, mine's a 4 hour flight. I leave at 6 and get there at 9:10. What? So we gotta take a Uber skis? A Uber. I don't. Bro, no, yeah, yeah, yeah. Get a burner on Turo and we'll go 50-50 on that. That's not bad. Right. I want to see the city, bro. It's per day though. It's per day. Oh, all right, never mind that. Oh, bro, he got cold. It's only 2 p.m. Yeah, he got me on it. Jesus. Um, Most definitely when it comes to the what was it the rental. I think the housing, right, chat. The housing is included, so it's just the flight there, and then I gotta split the V with Alex. We go party with the Asian and hit different. Mm, okay. What side of town is he in? Where am I? But you don't want to get a Tesla. Yeah, bro. We go drive with them though, so we both get drunk, or you want me to be your designated driver? But then you not go drink. I do not want you to drink and drive with me, Alex. Oh, okay, 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 okay. Bro, I refuse. I refuse to drive with anybody unless you take it one sip. Hell nah, bro. Yeah, I'm saying. Shit, you trying to get the years? You might as well go for the years then. Mm, you might as well get the years. Oh my god. So where he live at? Cause this is far from Houston. The graduation party. Is airport out here? Like what the fuck? Oh, so you do have to go to Houston and you driving out there? No. You dragging it now. It's a 2 hour drive? No, it says hour 20. No, it's out. No, it says Houston, my bad. Houston, Texas Airport. Houston Airport. George Bush. Nah, it's like 130. Nah, 144. Why is that less miles? That don't make no sense. Yeah, like it says the one with more miles is less time compared to the one with less miles is more time. There's back roads over there? Oh, I'll be DD. Oh, you popping out? Guapo? Come on. You be the designated driver? Guapo in the chat finna pop out too. Guapo from New York City to Houston. The 9 a.m. one? 9:10, 9 a.m. Yeah. And then just what we gonna do the first? I mean, work on the business for real. And then pop out during the day. Nigga, we'll drive there the same day. Why we gotta get it? What? Oh, to like stay in the city? Oh, I never thought about it like that. I'm thinking like, you know, it's an hour drive, so you might as well just drive back there. You know what I'm saying? And then since we getting a Tesla, how that bitch drive itself for real. You know what I'm saying? I'll drive, bro. I can drive, bro. Bro, I like driving Teslas. Oh, all right then. You got it. What you want to drive a foreign? Is Nissan foreign? Now we can get Toyota. That's foreign. Toyota's a foreign. Here this nigga go. Bro, we might as well get the Lambo. The Lambo truck. We might as well get the Lambo truck. Bro, it's for the experience. If anything, we might just, I don't know, 50-50 on the Ubers. Nah, you right. Houston, the driving city. Yeah. All right, now what is there to do in Houston? So this is about a month away, right? All right, in the next month, I need spending money. Yo, why you talking to me, man, like that? Who that? Oh, he sound like me, man. That's crazy. Your words, not mine. We need cars for the motion after the club. You right. After we don't scoop up these Houston baddies. They got a lot of Asians in Houston. Alex, don't tell me that, cause I'll move out there immediately. Like I'm gonna have my whole life work. All I need is my iPad and my MacBook. That's it. I'll start a new life right then and there. 2 days will turn into 2 weeks. 2 weeks turn into 2 months. 2 months turn into a whole year. Nah, you're right. We gotta get the car. We gotta get the car. Sheesh. All right, so we got T minus 35 days, give or take. So 35 days. Hold on, my mama's calling me. All right, I'm back. Oh man, Brian's in here too. Oh yo, bro, what's up, bro? Damn, I'm hungry. Did I earn my meal today? Fuck. What girl? How you think wages we getting started? Country bumpkin? Thank God they can't hear you. No. You can't. They can't hear Discord. They only can hear what's playing. When I'm talking to Mike. Bro, there's no Lamborghini Urises? Damn. They don't got no Urus. Damn, they got a Lucid? No? Damn. You said what? Bro, we're past 25. What are you talking about? Ain't that's cap. That's cap. What car was that, Brian? What car was that, Brian? I just asked you. You never told me the car. Listen, I wanted. Yes, that's why I asked. Cause I wanted to know. Thank you. Tell him again, Alex. Tell him again. Oh, you're losing me, dog. You're losing me. 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 I ain't gonna hold you. They kind of low. I wouldn't. Shit. If I ain't no better. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what? Anything plus 100 plus is exotic? Mm. All right, let me fact check you. I'm thinking about it. Why are you gonna be mad? Bro, we on the same schedule. Wait, so if I don't go, would you go? Whoa. Don't put the pressure on me now, dog. I might flake. I just might be chatting. Who knows? All right, bro. You know what I'm saying? I still got to look through my tickets. Is there so buy yours if you're going. See, you ain't tell me that part. You ain't tell me that part. I thought. You right. You not wrong. Ugh. You go places? That's crazy. Damn, bro, you really gotta be 30? Oh, Brian, you were right. I apologize. No, I fact checked. Whoa, 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 whoa. Listen. I fact check people now. From now on and for the future. Alright, fact check me too. Yeah, Brian fact check me. You just fact check people now. Don't trust what you're being told. You know what I'm saying? I said now. Because it's signs of an ignorant person if you trust people on what they're telling you. So fact check everyone. Facts. Especially your parents. Especially your parents. Fact check them. What? Come on, bro. Those are most people you're more inclined to trust. Because they know you from the beginning. Damn. Alright, we dragging it, Alex. We getting a Honda. Bro, we driving foreigns. Oh wait, what kind of BM? Oh, hold on. Go back. Alright. 200? Yeah. Yeah, bro. We gonna go foreign. Yeah, like who drives I-8 anymore? Come on, Alex. Bro, let's get the I one, bro. I heard you can turn up the volume with your finger without touching it. I seen a cool video about it. If it don't work in person, I'm gonna be upset. It sound cool. But you think they'll let us rock since we 29? Okay. They live out there. Bro, I don't even know that man. I thought Alex didn't though. I did think Alex did it though. Man. I might have to side with yeah, bro. I don't know about that one. Ah, yeah, who else going? Ooh. Nah, 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 nah. I thought you. Yeah, that was a miscommunication. Who's X though? Nah, you losing me. Yeah, bro. Bro, we got some evil line. I hear you. I get weekends off now too. But it's also like, is it a financial responsibility to do it? You know what I'm saying? Would I be a financially irresponsible adult to do such a thing just to go see it? Now that's the gamble. That's the gamble. Because if I like it so much, but I still gotta pay for the flight. Money is still being spent. I still have to feed me. I That's different. That's different. How's it? How? What are you talking about? I went for a purpose. I already know I do because I talked about it. It's not a question of if I want to. It's a question of when. There's AIDS all over the place. All right, I don't got nothing to worry about, Mackie. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a part of that community. All right, I strap up. Wait, can that get me banned? Is that crazy to assume it's a part of a community? Hey, yo, clip that out. Yeah, 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 yeah. I don't. You know what? I'm celibate. Problem solved. From celibacy. Oh, all right. That's all that really matters. I don't think that's the same thing. I think it's something else. Yeah, and you only have a 72-hour window. No, that's prep. Wait, what are we talking about then? No, it's the same 72-hour window. Ain't no way. There's two? Yeah. All right. Well, we're both right. You don't have to do nothing they don't want to. Um, Mackie, I don't know what you mean by that, but oh, oh, yeah, Fox, bro. No, I mean, nah, mm, okay, no, how down bad? Damn, Brian, now you definitely gonna be spreading it when you in jail. I'm telling you. Hmm. Nah, you tweaking. Almost or did? Oh, you don't care that much. Mm. Get it back in blood. How do you do that? Hey, bro, don't listen to him, bro. Don't listen to him. All right, bro. Yeah, bro. You go to that scam likely method, and you go find these women on Facebook. I feel like how? I feel like you now the niche down tremendously. Like you went from everything and anything to now you just only need certain people. Are you serious? Uh, I don't care. I don't care enough to fact check. I'm the exception, Alex. A year? That's a wild number. It's only 12. Oh my god. That's like one. He did. Yeah. Oh. 7 is. Woo! If you're a whore, just say that. I don't want those numbers. Alright, I just want a girlfriend to love me. That's it. Ain't that right, Alex? I mean, it's easier. Yeah. Imagine somebody who doesn't go outside whatsoever and they stay in the house all the time versus somebody who does go outside and talks to people. A hit dog will holler, that's all I'm saying. I would love some if you're buying. What? Swear. Is it because he's gay or is it because, like, he has a great company? right, Brian. Does this Chick-fil-A voucher expire, or is it like how does it work? Uh huh. Okay, but like, does is expiration or no expiration? It's like whenever. Okay, all right. You have phenomenal memory, so I got nothing to worry about. Nah, nah, nah. It's cool, bro. It's cool, bro. All right, all right, all right. The fact that we even had this conversation. Nah, the fact that we had this conversation. Nah, bro. I don't want it right now 'cause I got food in the fridge. But like, you know what? You know what? You know what? I think I'll get some Chick-fil-A later. Cause, huh? Okay, 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 okay. Okay. The way they, right? That would be. All right, nah, nah. I'm Gucci. All right, just checking, just checking, just checking. Yay. Completely understandable. You said what? And he's also 6'7". Brian, Brian, how do you feel about this? Hmm. I thought I thought it was a long time ago though. Yeah. When she told Brian that though. Nah, I feel like it was like the first time they met or something. Very long time ago. You saying people can't change their mind, Mackie? I heard he's 6'11" for real. What Darian say? All right, cool, 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 cool. I didn't think he was here, bro. Uh, I think he said what happened a second ago. I, I feel you, Darian. I feel you. All right, man. Why are you at the tennis center? Ooh. All right. Best of luck. I'm not explaining no story. I don't know what happened. It's not my story to explain. Yeah, I'm gonna go make some food. Grab me. Oh my god. Real nigga back. She wanna talk about Bible verses and whatnot. Wait, you talking about from earlier? Yeah, she wanna talk about Bible verses and whatnot. Hey, Alex, you ever really talk to your dad for real? And then, swear to God, nah, I don't know. I feel like last time, since it was my dad's 64th birthday, we went on a different chat. We had conversations we never spoke about. Like, I never knew my older brother was a preemie. Yeah. Not the brother you know, but my eldest brother. Yeah. He never got married. Oh. And then I could have had a younger brother or sister, but my grandma said no. They never had it. So like what your dad did with like his other one, with Alexandra's mom, like except he didn't ask. She asked my grandma, and then my grandma was like no, and he listened, and it made me so mad. Yeah, Alex, I'm a lastborn. You know what that means? Why is that a good thing? One. This is my stepmother's child. I wouldn't. This would have been my stepmother's child. I'm the last. They never had no kids. Yeah, she asked. She asked. And my grandma was like, no. He was like, okay. Even though, cause he paying millions in child support. Beats me, but uh, yeah, it's good to not exist. It's good to not exist. Gotcha. No. Listen. Listen. Bro, that's the same. Bro, that's the same as saying like a girl's period is like a whole child. Come on, Doug. No, bro. Bro, bro. It takes both of us. You know what I'm saying? It takes both of us. It takes two. Yeah, cause you know what I'm saying. He listens to his mom, bro. Bro. All right, bro. My bad. Hey, bro. Hey, hey, bro. That brain. Hey, bro. That was some solid brainwashing. You can't be mad at that. Bro, that was some solid brainwashing. I couldn't believe that one though. Like that one different. Yes, it is, bro. Why I'm getting my ear pierced? Why I'm getting. Alright, the tattoo. I might do it when I'm 30, but the ear pierce. Nah. I wanna be 30. Nah, bro. It don't change nothing. It's not gonna increase the hole's input by anything. And nah. It might increase the zesty allegations, and we don't want that. Darren, you got your ears pierced? See? Yeah, Alex, it's just you, bro. Nah, currently in the chat. No way. Oh, he got it. Oh, he just don't wear earrings, huh? Hey Siri, FaceTime Mackie. think he's sleeping. Oh, I just heard snoring. Am I tripping? Oh, I'm hearing things. I'm gonna go check on this chicken. BRB. I weigh 282. Oh, I'm talking to the chat. But thank you, Alex. You losing? Bro, why don't you hop on Ozempic? A fat nigga trying who doesn't like going to the gym. I don't want to take Ozempic. I think it'll work out for you. You just said you gotta order a whole bunch of pills. Might as well take the shot. Is she blind now? All right, Alex. Who is this guy? He looks skinnier. I can't say.
He said 7th Street in Fort Worth, so that's too far. Yeah.
What if I told you there were a way that you could get more leads than you're currently getting, sell more of those leads overall, without increasing any of your advertising at all? I'm Alex Ramosi, I own Acquisition.com. It's a portfolio of companies that last year did over 2. What if I told you there were a way that you could get more leads than you're currently getting, sell more of those leads overall, without increasing any of your advertising at all? I'm Alex Ramosi, I own Acquisition.com. It's a portfolio of companies that last year did over $250 million in aggregate revenue. And the strategy I'm going to share is something that most businesses don't do, and the few businesses that do it wrong. It's that most people send traffic to their website and immediately ask people to buy something, or just like submit for a quote. But here's the problem: like most visitors aren't ready to buy yet, and so they just leave and they never come back. I mean, if you think about it for you, I often go to a site that I'm just finding out about where it says submit for a quote. I'm just like, that's a lot, right? And so what I'm about to show you has generated many millions of dollars across our portfolio companies, and I've used it in every business we've invested in, and ones that I haven't invested in. And so in this video, I'm going to show you what it is, why it matters, and how to implement it in your business. So what is it? A few months back, I did a deep dive with Ashley, who's a fashion personal stylist. Right? And so when we went to her site, she had the classic, just book a call, right? CTA, or just ask for a quote. But the thing is that really only works if you already have an informed audience. So if people already know who you are, they've already gotten value from you, then you can for sure just say, hey, come buy my thing or come find out more, right? But if you're sending traffic there and you don't have as much traffic or it's not as warm, then you want to have something that is a better reason for them to give their contact information. Because if you think about what is the objective of submit for a quote or book a call, the only objective of that step is to capture their contact information. And then if you have a booking, to get them to book automatically. But fundamentally, it's a lead capture objective. We should then ask ourselves, well, is there anything else we could do that would increase the likelihood that we would capture the lead, as long as the way that we're capturing the lead indicates that they'd be interested in buying our stuff. To be clear, what I'm suggesting is that you offer something, kind of like a mini offer, that's a complete solution to a narrow problem. And so it's typically lower cost or free, just to see who's interested and raises their hand, right? And then once you solve the problem, once that little mini offer solves it, it reveals another problem that's solved by your core offer. And this is important because leads interested in lower cost or free offers now are more likely to buy a related higher cost offer later. And if that sounded really well said, it's because I wrote it ahead of time on page 31 in the leads book. I talk about this concept in the book at length, and it's because so many businesses lack this. And I think part of it is because you can show that you have success if you just say, hey, come buy my thing. But if you want to dramatically increase the number of customers that you have access to, then if you have, like I said, let's say you have 10 people that you say, hey, or let's say 100 people. So you have 100 people, you say, hey, come buy my thing, right? Maybe you get one of those people to raise their hand and say, yeah, I'll give you money. Here's my big bag of money. Yay, right? I'll do that. But if we have those same 100 people, and we say, hey, you don't have to buy anything, I just want to help you out. And then after we help them out, we say, hey, now do you want to buy something? Then all of a sudden we're going to get that many people with our little money sign, but we might get 3 to 5 times that amount of people. And that's where the real magic is. And so the beauty of this is that you're actually not going to get more traffic, you're just going to convert a higher percentage of it. And this is why it's such an easy strategy for businesses to do, and you can do it immediately. You don't have to spend any more money on marketing, it literally just drops to your bottom line. Like if you improve conversion, you just make more money. So let me tell you the first time I had this big breakthrough for myself. So in April of 2016, I paid $25,000 to be in this group, and everybody there told me to do a webinar. And I did a webinar, and it didn't work. Now to be clear, so let's say the webinar didn't work, I didn't have the skill at the time to do one. And so I saw this dude just scrolling on my feed that said free case study on how I spent $1 and made $120,000 in a weekend. Right? So I saw this case study and I was like, huh. And so when I opted in and watched it, the guy just did a screen recording of like how he did it. And I was like, well, that's pretty cool. I was like, I could do that, right? And so I swapped out my webinar for just a video with a headline that said free case study, how we added 213 members to a gym and $112,000 in San Diego, right? To a small gym in San Diego. And as soon as I did that, the next morning, Layla asked me, she's like, what did you do? And I was like, what happened? And she was like, my calendar's full. I was like, really? My lesson on that was like, because a webinar could be perceived as a lead magnet depending on how it's positioned. The thing is that the more advanced your audience, the more they'll probably understand it's a sales pitch. So the less likely it's to convert to a more business owner audience or more sophisticated audience. But when I just said, hey, here's this thing, consume it on your own time, let me just show you what I did, a lot of people were really interested in that, and they were way more willing to exchange their contact information. And so even if, for example, you say, you know what, I am going to give up a little lead magnet, if you will, on the front end, if it doesn't work, it doesn't mean lead magnets don't work. It just means that lead magnet didn't work. Just like the headline for an ad doesn't mean ads don't work, it just means that ad didn't work. And so this is why I'm actually so adamant about testing the wrapping or the packaging of a lead magnet even more than the stuff inside of it, right? Because you can change how many people want your lead magnet by 2, 3, 10x by simply changing the headline of your lead magnet itself rather than changing any of the contents. And so provided the contents do clearly solve a problem for the person, it's really just about how we package it so that they want it. So here's why lead magnets work. So if you've ever been to Costco, right, why do they have all these food samplers at the end of every aisle, right? On one level, you could say there's some level of reciprocity, but I don't know if that's the main reason people then go buy if they have a piece of teriyaki chicken. It's because they try it and they're like, that's good, maybe I'll have more of that. And so there's a number of different types of lead magnets that you can employ. That, where you give somebody a tester, is a small piece of something that's much bigger. It's a sample or a trial, right? That's category 1. Category 2 would be a one-step and a multi-step process, right? So if I say, hey, we're going to turn your style around like Ashley does, well, the first thing you're going to need in that process is going to be like some colors that we can say, these go well with you. And so that's the first thing. But once you have the colors, you're like, okay, but I don't know what tops and bottoms and how do I do formally and informally. It's like you're going to have other problems that are coming after that. So you just solve this very specific problem that then leads to other problems. Or the third is what I would consider the assessment, the revealing of a problem, right? And the easiest example I can think of is, hey, free website speed test, and someone does the test and they realize that their website speed is slow, in which case your core offer is how to fix it, right? And so any of these 3 things or combinations of them can be a really effective lead magnet. So what we're changing is going from asking, hey, just buy my thing to, do you want this free thing? And so then once they've consumed it, you can just say, hey, did you like the free thing? Then if you did, you're going to love this paid thing because now you have the content info. And the main reason that this works is because when someone pays with time now, they're more likely to pay with money later. And so we want them to invest, but we just want to make them have an easier investment first, a lower barrier investment, so that increases the likelihood they make a higher investment later. And again, for those of you who are like, man, lead magnets don't work. No, they do. They totally do. Bad lead magnets don't work. And the problem is when you're starting out, you just don't know that you suck. And so then you think this didn't work. So kind of like the example I gave with webinars. Webinars totally work. It was just, I didn't have the skill to make a webinar work. I had the skill to make a lead magnet. And so much easier skill to just say, hey, let me screen record and show you how I ran this campaign and these are the results. Very straightforward. It was not very difficult for me to do. Trying to figure out this magical box of like how to get these people to show and then how to do this whole razzle dazzle to get someone to take out a credit card and buy it. I was like, oh my God, this is impossible. But just getting someone to opt in, so I just call them up and say, hey, how'd you like that thing? Do you want me to do that thing at your place? And I'll give you a risk-free offer, so if I don't perform, you don't have to pay. Not that tough, right? At least significantly easier than what I was trying before. And so you're like, okay, well, maybe you're half sold on this. Because right now, if you don't have one of these, you are making less money than you otherwise could. And you're making less money than you otherwise could because you're getting fewer leads than you otherwise could get. Now, somebody might be like, well, I don't want freebie seekers and tire kickers. Okay, well, guess what? You don't have to give the lead magnets to everybody. You can only give to people who are qualified. Crazy. You just add a drop down that makes somebody qualified and then redirect the people who are qualified to the good thing and direct people who are not qualified to the other thing that they might be qualified for. What other objections do you have around this? Well, yeah, I don't want freebie seekers. Well, we can qualify leads. Duh. Well, I don't want to give away too much value. This is a real thing, sort of. So we don't want to give away, we don't want to solve the problem our core product solves with the free thing. That should seem obvious. But we do absolutely want to solve a problem that leads to our core issue. Basically, we want to make sure that the person is deprived of the thing that we sell and that deprivation is triggered by solving the first issue. Now that sounds super complicated, but if you go to a restaurant and eat a big entree, and then after you eat the entree, they say, hey, do you want another entree? You might say no. Not because the first thing was bad, but because you already satisfied that need. And so what you might not have satisfied was your dessert desire. And so at that point, they could sell you the dessert. Now in a business, we would just want the dessert to be significantly more expensive than the entree, and the entree would be able to give away for free or at cost. And so that's the big misunderstanding that people have is you want to sell at the point of greatest deprivation. When someone hasn't drank water in a while, that's when you want to sell them the water. But the moment after you give them the water is no indication of whether your water was good or not. They're just not thirsty anymore. But maybe after they're thirsty, they want some food. And so at that point, you would then sell the food. So you might be thinking, all right, I get it, and give away something up front and hope that people will likely buy after. Got it. But what do I actually give away? So I briefly touched on those 3. Let's dive into them in more detail so you can actually do this. All right, so type 1 is reveal problem. All right, I personally love these type of lead magnets. Like if you ever have the opportunity to build one of these for your business, like exceptional. It literally creates deprivation, right? So you just say, hey, here's a problem that you didn't know existed, or you knew it existed. Let me tell you how bad it is, right? And so just immediately you just increase the deprivation of where they are versus where they could be. Now, bonus points for not only saying you have a problem, but also saying this is what it could look like if you had it solved, and here's the delta. And so my favorite B2B example is the website example I gave, which is, if I'm offering free free website speed test to business owners, and they didn't know their site was slow. And then I say, hey, on average, for every second of load time, you lose 3% of your conversion. And so right now, we know that our services could take you from a 9-second load time to a 3-second load time. That's 18% increase. So what could you do with an increase of 18% of your business? They might be like, a lot. And I'd be like, now relative to your revenue, the 18% increase compared to what I'm charging for websites is nothing. How soon do you want me to start? And so this works great for problems that get worse while waiting, right? Posture analysis, right? If you're like, oh man, your posture's bad, but it's only gonna get worse, right? Termite inspections, like they're already active, but it's only gonna get worse. Financial audits, hey, you're back on taxes, or your cash flow's bad, it's only gonna get worse, right? Is that you want to have things because that builds in urgency, so that deprivation actually increases with every second after they find out. I'll give you an example. So it's only gonna get worse, right? Termite inspections, like they're already active, but it's only gonna get worse. Financial audits, hey, you're back on taxes, or your cash flow's bad, it's only gonna get worse, right? Is that you want to have things because that builds in urgency, so that deprivation actually increases with every second after they find out. I'll give you an example. So one of my highest converting ads of all time for Allen, our software company, was 4 reasons why you'll never have $1 million agency. And what was crazy about that is just increased deprivation for the outcome that most of the people wanted, who we were selling to, which are small SMB lead gen agencies. And so once we listed out the reasons, many of them were like, shoot, all 4 of these reasons I'm also suffering from. And so if you can be very clear about the reasons that they're not going to achieve it, they also will assume that you can help them solve it, which hopefully you can. And so you're going to be incredibly specific on the negatives, and then what that allows you to do is be significantly vaguer on the positives, which allows you to market more compliantly, but also set more realistic expectations. If I can perfectly nail all the problems in your life, and you're like, oh my God, this is me, I could just, and I just said, I can help you with that, you'd probably be like, yeah, I believe you, right? Rather than trying to increase and promise and set these crazy expectations, just nail someone where they're at. And so that's why the reveal a problem is so important, because 1, it exacerbates the existing problem, and 2, you just show how much it's going to continue to increase, and they will lose over time. The second is a free trial. All right, this is the classic taste test. This is the classic try before you buy. All right, now this is as old as time, and I think that there are better and worse ways to do this. This is the Costco sample. This is the teriyaki chicken. This is the trying room, if you will, at the clothing store. So many businesses have free trials, and they do that because they're the lowest barrier. Like, are you going to want it? And so what we actually have to do here, and this is where it gets a little bit interesting, is that we want to give them something, and then basically have a full loop to the end of the trial where they will be deprived if we remove it. So it's almost like, hey, let's say we take a normal person, and we say, hey, here's crack cocaine, right? All of a sudden, they might not have had deprivation around crack cocaine, but let's say they try crack cocaine, and then as soon as you remove crack cocaine, all of a sudden, they want crack cocaine. And let's see how many times I can say crack cocaine, all right? And so the point here is that the free trial just makes the barrier so low that people can try something, and then the idea of us removing it is what then gets them to convert. So it's like we give them the solution and then take the solution away in order to create the deprivation to get them to buy. And so typically here, you're gonna be limiting some aspect of the product or service. You're gonna limit the number of uses, the quantity, the time, or some combination of those. So it's an X day trial, or you get this number of hits, if you will, and all of those things kind of combined. And sometimes you can combine them together to make it even more compelling. So when we own Gym Launch, one of the things that we would do in order to get people to basically roll into our higher level services is that they would, basically buy the system that we had for monetization, which is how to make the gym more profitable. But then along that time, we'd say, hey, we'll actually give you agency services for free for 4 months. And then after that 4-month period, once they were kind of like, okay, wow, this is great, I get these leads, and I have a system for monetizing them. After that point in time, you're like, well, I still want leads. And we'd be like, yeah, but now you can pay for them, right? And so it's basically a built-in upsell on the back end because they'd had 4 months of getting used to having this leads just dropped in their doorstep. And so that created the deprivation where at the end, they're like, well, I want that to keep happening, right? So that's the second one. The third one is one of my favorites personally, which is the one-step of many, right? One step of a multi-step process. And so this is particularly effective when you have more complex products and services, all right? And so, the classic example is like if you have multiple coats of paint that you're gonna be putting on a garage, you could sell the first one. It's like, well, you're gonna need these other ones, right? A classic one would be like if you're doing hair removal for like laser hair, right? For a med spa. It's like, well, it takes 6 to 8 sessions to actually get completely removed. And so you doing one session is kind of worthless on its own. So when someone comes in, they come in for one and you upsell the rest of them, right? If you give the first 2 videos away in a comprehensive course, those are things that would also function the same way. One step of many, right? And so hopefully now you know what a lead magnet is, why it's important, and the 3 types of lead magnets that work. And so now how do you actually deliver it? And so there's 4 ways to deliver a lead magnet. So number 1 is software or tools, right? You give them a tool that they can use to get that does a job for them, right? And so examples of these are like spreadsheets that calculate things, assessment tools, templates, or just like software itself. So I'll give you a good example. Neil Patel has a really awesome one on his site where he basically has a little tool that you put in your URL, and then it tells you, it does a little assessment of the site based on the URL that you give it, right? It's a little tool, and then obviously in the back end, it can collect your information, right? And so there's tons of these examples, but that's one of the most classic ones. So if you have ways that you can say, hey, you're gonna be one of these 4 categories, and so you answer this information, you want some sort of tool that can assess or give them some sort of answer to a question, right? Or does a job for them. All of these things are ways to fulfill the other 3 things. Like you can use software to reveal a problem, you can use software to do a free trial, or you can use software to be one step of many. All of those things work. Now, the second is information. All right, now this is a very classic one, and it's because it costs nothing to do and can also be very valuable. This is where I think information is really exceptional as a lead magnet, is because it's infinitely scalable, it provides tremendous value, you can create deprivation, and there's basically no operational drag to do it. Fundamentally, all we're doing is teaching them something valuable. And so examples of this would be like mini courses, guides, interviews with experts, and again, templates, but that are not dynamic, templates that just work, right? And so I'll give you my classic example here, is my scaling roadmap. So this is maybe a combination of the tool and the information. So you go through the tool, and then it gives you the assessment, which will then be information. But again, these are not static concepts, like you can combine them. And so, for example, if you would like to figure out what stage of scaling you're currently at, the problems you're dealing with right now, and exactly how to solve them, we created this $100 million scaling roadmap after studying all the businesses we looked at for 200+ hours to find those common themes. This is my free gift to you. You can enter information, and if you want my team to actually look at your business, you can book a one-on-one call where we will help. We will help, and then we'll invite you out here if it makes sense for you to come out to our headquarters. So you can go through mine as an example, and I think it's pretty good. It's not pretty good. It's fucking awesome. We spent a really long time on it, and you will get a lot of value from it. So with that being said, that leads me to the third way of delivering this is services. Now I think that people sleep on this so hard, right? From a lead magnet perspective. Do work for free. Create lots of goodwill. People again get really bent out of shape on this free services one because they're like, how do I do work for free? All these freebie seekers. Again, only do the free work for people who are qualified. That's it. So let me ask you something different. I want you to imagine in your head your perfect lead, right? The perfect, perfect time customer. It's like they have the budget, right? They have the authority to make the decision. They clearly need it, and they want to act now, right? Well, if you just only give the services away to people who agree to those things up front, that's probably a good idea. What's not a good idea is giving it to somebody who's broke, who can't make a decision, doesn't really need it, and is kind of like not sure if they want to do it now or not. Probably a terrible waste of your time. So all of these things, you want to use them, just use them for the right prospects. And so this is where free audits with some level of implementation, same-day service delivery, done, any sort of done-for-you component. And the way that you have to think about this, I'll give you some math behind it. So let's say it cost you 1 hour of labor, right? They actually pay somebody else to do in order to give something valuable away. Now, let's say that $25 is your hard cost, but what people would realistically charge for this, and this happens all the time in services, is you could probably charge $250 plus for something like this. Not a bad, like pretty decent offer. $250 for free, where there's real service, a real person does work. That's fairly compelling. Now, let's say that we get 1 out of 4 of these people who you give this $250 thing away for to do it. Well, what does that mean our cost to acquire customer is? 25 times 4. And so would we be willing to give away a lead magnet to 4 people to get 1 to buy? Would I be willing to pay $100 to get a customer? Well, provided I'm making a lot more than $100 in the customer, probably. So not a bad idea. And so for my very first business, to give you an idea, I trained people for free for a year. I call it the free training project. And I did that because I wanted to get a bunch of testimonials. And then once I got a bunch of testimonials and I showed the world the testimonials, more people did it and they did it in exchange for money. In fact, it worked so well that after the year of time that I worked with those people for free, I said, hey, I have too much demand. Do you want to pay me now? And almost all of them said yes. That's what's like, people are like, oh, they're all freebies. Like, no, they were all happy to pay. And that was that, right? So don't get, like, if you get the right people, they will continue to stay and pay, provided you do a good job. So that leads me to my fourth way to deliver a lead magnet, which is physical, right? Physical products. And what's interesting again here is that you can combine these things. So what do you think these books are? These are lead magnets, right? Fundamentally. Now, obviously, they're incredibly valuable. And after you solve your offer problem and you make something that way more people want to buy and you make more money, what do you want? You're going to want to figure out ways to advertise that and get even more people to find out about it. And if any time you're like, hey, I would love help to just speed this process, you can call us, right? And if you're like, hey, I've done all of your stuff and I went from 1 million to 50 million a year, I'd love to have you guys invest with us and partner, then that's why we do all this stuff, right? It's a very long game. And so you can absolutely have something that's a physical product and information, right? Where the scaling roadmap is software plus information, right? You can combine these as many times as you want, but these are fundamentally kind of categories that I think are going to okay, I get what I want to do, now how am I going to do it? But I'll give you a completely different example. So if you wanted to give away, let's say you go to a conference and you give a hat away to anyone that says that they're a CEO that says CEO, right? CEO is pretty ego-driven, or a shirt that says CEO with lots of O's and $0 signs afterwards. A lot of people do that. It's like, hey, but in order to get the shirt, you got to prove that you're CEO. So now I get an incredibly qualified list of CEOs that I gave a physical product to, right? And so the idea here is like, just think, what would somebody who is the type of person that I'm looking for want, and then can I just give that to them? And how much does it cost me for a t-shirt? $3, $4, fine. And maybe I can earn only 1 out of 20 of those. $100 for a CEO feels like a good idea. So once we figure out what problem it solves, 4 ways to deliver that thing. The next is, how are we going to name it? So this one is so slept on, people underestimate the value of this by a mile, and so I'm going to have you not underestimate it and appropriately value this, which is name your lead magnet the right way. And I'm going to tell you the real secret of this. You ask your audience, right? So this might seem minor to you, but it's massive, right? How you name your lead magnet will determine your engagement rate more than anything else, right? When I ran my first gym, I had something called my Big Booty Bootcamp, right? Now, why would I call it that? Because 6-week deadlift and squat seminar doesn't really convert with chicks, who was my primary audience at the time, right? And so again, was it the same thing? Yes, all I did was deadlift, squat, and hip thrust. Like that's primarily what I did over that 6-week period for them and taught them as main moves. But if I had made my marketing about that, they'd be like, yee. But if I said, hey, who wants big, beautiful, round glutes? They were like, I do. And I'm like, cool, this is just the way we're gonna get you there. Like, I'm not gonna advertise the vehicle, I'm gonna advertise the result. And so now, Big Booty Bootcamp might have been something that attracted a certain type of one. If I said tight and tone booty, tight and tone glutes, or if I said bubble butt, right? Bubble butt bootcamp, that might have attracted a different person. The thing is that you can just test these names out so you can figure out which one not only attracts the most leads, but ideally the highest quality leads. And so this is how I actually test them. So I get super clear on who my avatar is, and then I run small ad tests comparing the headlines. Now, if you don't have the capital for that or the money, you can just pull your audience. So if you have 100 people who follow you, can put it in your stories and say, hey, help me out here, I'm trying to name a lead magnet. Let me know which one sounds better for you. Now again, you want only the people who are the type of person that you're advertising to respond. So you could say, before you introduce it, by the way, if you're not a business owner, please don't answer. If you're like, I don't even have an audience, don't worry, I got you. The next thing you can do is just open up your phone, and then you use this amazing device, and then you text. So you just text people, and they say, hey, which one do you want? Or you just make a post and say, hey, comment A or B underneath of it, right? There's all these different ways you can do it, and maybe you combine 2 or 3 of those ways in order to get a close enough directional response. This book, $100 million leads, I split test 6 different headlines for this to get $100 million leads, because I looked at advertising, I looked at promotion, I looked at marketing, and here's the cool part. I actually show the result of the test inside the book. So I split test the names, I split test the image that I was going to use, and on top of that, I split test the subheadlines. And so I did that because I want to make sure it's going to be a winner out the bat. If I'm going to spend 2 years writing the book, I can spend 2 days testing the headline, which is sadly going to influence how many people buy it more than anything, with one caveat, in the short term. In the long term, it's the stuff between both of the front and back cover that's going to be the thing that does it over the long term. Because word of mouth, especially in the book world, is really the only thing that matters long term. Anyone can launch a book. Very few people can launch a book that continues to sell. So I'll give you a few naming conventions that work well. So number 1 is number plus outcome plus time frame. So that'd be like 3 emails that can turn cold leads into clients in 24 hours. All right. The second would be something like how to do X or how to yay without boo, even if you grade in security. So yay means good thing, boo means bad thing, right? So how to build a funnel without hiring a copywriter, even if you've never done it before, right? Or even if this is your first time. Next would be, the adjective type, that good thing, right? So the lazy funnel template, that converts like crazy. The next one would be X mistakes. Now there's a bunch of different ways you can do this one. I gave an example earlier, like 4 mistakes that are keeping your business $100 million a year. It works great. But another version of this could be like 3 mistakes you're probably making, 5 bad copy mistakes that are killing your conversion rate. Just put X mistakes that prevent good thing. It's either killing your TTR, it's killing your business, it's preventing you from getting this goal, whatever it is. It's like these are the mistakes that keep people broke. So now that you have a lead magnet, you know the objective, you know how to deliver it, and you know how to name it. The last step is how do you make money with it? So now you just gotta ask them to buy. And so this is where most people fail, right? They create the great lead magnet, then they forget the call to action, right? So we want people to do after they consume your lead magnet. And so the formula for call to actions is so simple. The only thing simpler is not doing it, which is what most people do. And not only do they not do it, they don't do it often enough. So even if they do it once, they forget to do it again and again and again. And I'll give you a fun little stat that they found about salespeople is that the salespeople who ask the most times get the most deals. And so in your marketing, you want to ask as many times as you can. Here's the caveat: how do you ask so many times without turning someone off? Right? Because all you do is ask, then eventually they're like, you don't have the opportunity, they'll stop giving you the opportunity to ask. So you want to maximize your ability to ask times the amount of times you ask. And so maximize your ability to ask means that you're continually providing value between your asks. And so you need to increase your value per second so that people are like, I'm willing to hear this ask because I just